Want some Maniac4Bricks swag in your life? Then check out my Teespring store with the link in the description below or on the screen right now, so you can check out the latest of merch in all different designs and different colors. All the support will go back into the channel to make some more awesome videos for you guys. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks. On October 3rd, 2016, I had just completed this baseball field mock a short time beforehand and was ready for bringing it to different conventions, have displays with it and everything like that. I am now re-uploading this video, or actually re-recording this video to a higher quality for a lot of different reasons, but I also had a little bit of updating to do with this mock as well. In Philly Brickfest 2019, when I was unpacking all of my mocks and was going to have this as part of my display, a lot of things broke from this. There are a lot of parts that are easy to pop off of here, or just, didn't quite fit back together the right way, or didn't quite remember exactly how they went, even though it is symmetrical. I went through a couple of reference photos and couldn't really figure it out, including the video that I mentioned before. That video is 244p. In video quality, which is terrible, which is blurry, which is pixelated, which is unhelpful. So, I'm making this new video so that I know for future conventions if this breaks, I know how it is all the way around, and if you guys wanted to build this yourself, you get a better visual to see how all the pieces came together. This actually went through a couple different designs on LEGO Digital Designer, between the pitcher's mound and the home plate, trying to frame the entire thing. Trying to figure out if there's going to be enough space for all of the players, how I want to shape that compared to the rest of the diamond, and to me, this seems like a good fit on a 32 by 32 base plate. This can be expanded to 3 more 32 by 32 base plates to create a larger outfield. You could have a fence around it if you would like. For me, this is just enough. This is just what I need for any kind of display purposes. I made this as a 32 by 32 base plate so that it can be used easily with Garden Slug City collaborations. We've done many of them for different shows, and I sometimes bring this for my own displays, and I feel like this is great to put right into that kind of style. Most of the city collaborations we do are based on 32 by 32 buildings, so this would fit right into one of those kinds of squares as a nice recreational area. I also do have a tennis mock, which will be shown on a separate video that also follows the same principle. And hopefully I'll make more after that. To go along with this, I also did update not only how the fences are arranged, slight changes here and there, but I also updated this kind of story to it. Now, originally, when I had this mock on YouTube, it was the cast of the Lego Movie versus The Simpsons. Well, more specifically, any of the kid characters from Springfield like Lisa, Maggie, Ralph Wiggum, Milhouse, Nelson Muntz, Martin Prince, and Bart Simpson. Just to name most of them. But this time around, actually not too long after I made that one, I wanted to do something a little more personal. I wanted to have some custom torsos based on the Garden Slug that I am a part of, and actually add a little clever name with it. So from Eclipse Graphics, I got several torsos that were custom printed that have the Garden Slug logo on the front, which is honestly impressively well done. I mean, there are details cut here and there, but you still can see it very, very well. Like all the tiny printing, I'm impressed with that. The snails came out very well. All the colors to make up on the New Jersey state, shape. That's amazing. All this time later, once again, I gotta give you credit, Eclipse Graphics, for all of that custom work. And the idea that I had, Garden Sluggers. If we're already called Garden Slug, I thought I'd put the word sluggers with it because that's a baseball term, and there it is, the little wordplay there. None of the minifigures in here for Garden Sluggers are representative of actual Garden Slug members, either past or present, but I tried to just have them unique from each other as far as their looks, and still have the torsos as a sort of uniform. There's also a little more story to this. Batman is always facing out to the audience, to anyone at the convention that is seeing the mock or this inside of a collaboration. The idea is that he likes the attention, so he's waving out to them, greeting his fans. People always notice that right away, especially kids, so that's funny to see that interaction. But it's also funny because this guy's stealing to second base. and Batman's not aware of it because he's distracted. Vitruvius is also not aware of someone stealing for home because, well, he's Vitruvius, he's blind. He cannot actually see. So he can't actually stop anyone going home. That's why we got the guy walking there. Meanwhile, that's pretty much all the story I have with it, but I think it's cute enough, simple enough to get the feel for it. A lot of the minifigures are official. A lot of the ones from the first Lego movie are included in here. For Wild Style, I always forget to add in the actual Wild Style. I think when I first built it, I just had the Benny Spaceship one right there and available, so I just always had that with this MOC. But I probably should put the other costume in, because people always miss where's Wild Style, and then realize she's at the home plate. And then the figure here is from Series 10 collectible minifigures. As far as the plating goes, I'm actually happy with how this turned out. I did have to order a lot of pieces through Bricklink to complete this MOC, especially ones for the home plate, which was the newer, at the time, Nexo Knights shield piece, which I thought was great as a home plate. And I did have to have a few compromises here and there for the tan plates, especially like the dark tan here, but I was okay with that because there are times on a baseball field where that dark tan kind of appears. You know, some of the dirt or sand gets shifted around, so it may appear darker, clumped together, so I'm okay with that. Now, honestly, I probably could have filled in the entire thing if I wanted to. I just wanted to give a better look at the pitcher's mound, so I was okay with that being there. And it kind of easier to tell what the shape of the diamond is with that green area in the middle. As far as the dugouts, they're exactly the same on both sides, just reversed. And there is a look from this side. All of the fencing that's done around here is out of 3 simple pieces: a black robot arm, a 4-length bar piece, also in black, and a 1x1 cone piece, cylinder brick, or whatever you want to call it, which is also black. And that is done wrapping around almost the entire thing. I will say there are some parts where when I tried to rebuild this, it didn't completely attach to other ones. I believe on my original model, it did stretch out to the very ends here, but I'm not sure how the orientation was. And I'm leaving it alone. I think it's fine either way. We do have at the pitcher's mound, or at the home base, some sand blue tiles, which are supposed to be the foam padding that would go behind it, as most baseball fields have. That is held together with a couple of snot bricks, 1x1s with studs on both sides. Just had them readily available. There are a lot of barrels around here. The ones inside of the dugouts are for the baseball equipment, such as bats, and this one is full of baseballs. The ones outside here are supposed to be for receptacles, for trash. There is an orange brick with a white on top. It should be obvious that's a cooler or like a Gatorade, cooler kind of thing. That was something I did not really have those parts right away, so I was happy to get those at some point to add a little more detail. And that's about it. It has enough room here to fit 3, if you're lucky, maybe 4 figures squeezed into the bench for the dugout. The dugout isn't really large enough that you could walk a minifigure from one side to the other. That, for me, is fine because it's not really going to do much, for the look of it. I think it makes more sense for everyone to just face forward and watch the game. And hopefully this helps you try to build your own baseball field in your own Lego city. I'll give you a little bit of a top view here so you can see how that looks with all the plates aligned in a square instead of a diamond. And there's a look up at the pitcher's mound where it uses the same round... I keep saying pitcher's mound. Here's a look at the home plate where the same pieces are used as the pitcher's mound for the round plates there. And then there's a look along the side. It does have enough room so that you could fit a minifigure walking out of the dugout, or walking back in if you prefer. And a little closer view from a minifigure eye perspective. I know this was a long one. It's actually a little bit longer video by a minute or so compared to the original, but hopefully all the storytelling was fun and the detail about how I put this all together was informative. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That may or may not be me. And we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos. I will have one with the tennis court MOC real soon, so stay tuned for that. I've actually wanted to make a separate 32 by 32 base plate that would be a batting cage, but that is yet to be seen. I had that idea for a couple years and still haven't built it yet, but hopefully that kind of idea keeps flourishing, because this was the start of something really cool, and I think there's potential to do more.